This evening, Patricia Chase Green has been named mayor of the city of Georgetown, returning the seat of city governance to a woman after many years. Opposition calls on government to reverse the amendments made to the Value Added Tax Act. A commission of inquiry has revealed that too many mining deaths emanate from miners not adhering to proper mining practices. Council for Technical Vocation Education Training is pushing for more women involvement generally on an equal basis. In the region, St. Lucia is making efforts to become more road safety conscious, declaring 2016 Road Safety Year. And internationally, the grand finale of the American Idol competition is next week, and one of the favorites has said she is ready to slay.
Following right after Chase Green's election as mayor, it was the deputy mayor's turn, and Sherrod Duncan was swiftly elected.
I now declare Mr. Sherrod Duncan the deputy mayor of the city of
Oscar Clark was nominated to fill that position, along with 6 others, making it 7 members as required by the law books. After the ceremony, Mayor Chase Green and Sherrod Duncan spoke to the press on the way forward.
Very thankful for the election of the mayor and deputy mayor, and all the other councillors and the finance committee members. We intend to get to the plans and our promises that we made to the residents of Georgetown. We're eager to get to work.
After 30 years, it is good. It is a great feeling. It is a great.
Democracy has finally returned to City Hall and pledged central government support to the council.
Following the elections of March 18th and today's swearing-in activity, this represents I would say, the first stage in the repair and the rehabilitation process of this damaged system of local administration. And this being the democratic renewal of the life of our council members.
Minister Bulkan also cautioned the councillors to do the work they were elected to do, or the same people who voted them in can vote them out, since they have the power to do so. Basil?
Well, our prayers are with the mayor, deputy mayor, and councillors to do a good job for our city. Thank you, Andrew. The opposition is accusing the government of assaulting the productive sectors to the country's economy and is calling for a reversal of the amendments made to the Value Added Tax Act. Rihanna Ahmad has more.
During the parliamentary sitting of February 2016, the government circulated an order in the National Assembly, which will see value-added tax, VAT, being imposed on heavy-duty equipment. This has seen former Attorney General Anand Lal calling for a reversal of what he calls an imposition.
The CAT320 CL excavator, the price is 20 million VAT-free. When VAT is added to it, it will be 23,200,000.
Some of these sectors, as indicated by Nandlal, are already suffering, like the sugar industry, which made a massive spiral downwards under the People's Progressive Party Civic, as well as the rice industry, which began experiencing significant problems during that same period. Nonetheless, the main opposition party says that it finds it inconsiderate the way in which the order came up.
16% VAT on large capital equipment such as bulldozer, excavator, tractor or similar heavy-duty industrial machine, which hitherto enjoyed exemptions from VAT. This new measure will have dire financial and economic implications for almost every one of the nation's productive sector.
The former Legal Affairs Minister told reporters during a media conference at Freedom House that the VAT on vital equipment would only result in low production, which will eventually lead to a crumbling economy.
It was done without any consultation whatsoever, without any public statement whatsoever, without any prior notice or notice at all even to the sectors that would be affected by this measure. It was simply laid in the National Assembly and formed part of a long list of exemptions from VAT.
We've seen before the administration heeding to the opposition's call to restrict the ban on importation of vehicles 8 years old and under to just motor cars, and not all class of vehicles. So, Basil, maybe a similar situation may arise here.
Well, I guess it's a wait and see situation. Thank you, Rihanna. There are too many mining deaths because miners are not adhering to proper mining practices. That's the report coming from the Commission of Inquiry into the death of Trenton Sebastian. Andrew Weeks tells us that the report was on Wednesday handed over to the Minister of Natural Resources, Raphael Trotman.
The inquiry was spearheaded by Major General retired Joseph Singh, who investigated the collapse of the mining pit that killed Sebastian on March 14, 2016. Major General Singh, in a statement from government, noted that there is a great need for educating miners on the dangers they face in mining, that the area needs to be examined.
And what I found and what I would advise is that an assessment be done of that entire area, White Hole, Red Hole, Elizabeth, because what we were finding is that in the absence of jobs and job creation within the area, many persons are running high risks. This particular incident highlighted what came out in the report of the Commission of Inquiry headed by Dr. Grantley Waldron.
Mr. Singh further explained that in his findings, he discovered that it matches the findings and recommendations of the Grantley Waldron COI and urged that it is important that the findings of the Waldron COI be the guide for correct mining practices.
Giving them documents to read is not going to make the impact. I've asked in this report that diagrammatic, simple visual aids be created, be made available at mines offices, that mines officers, when they're going around doing their visits, they take this around. And wherever videos and so on can be used to good effect, that be done.
Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman assessed the report and expressed sympathy to the families of the deceased. Trotman pointed out that the government is taking mining accidents very seriously and that no death of a miner will go without being investigated.
So this report, I'm thankful, will, in a sense, keep the memory of Trenton Sebastian alive, because we don't want any miner's death to go without a report, an inquiry which leads to a report, and more importantly, this report, standing alongside the Waldron report, will hopefully lead in the shortest possible time to improved mining practices.
With the COI being completed before its due date, Basil, it is hoped that the miners will comply with government's mining practices. Failure to do so will result in high fines and jail time for the offenders. Basil?
Well, it's either you comply or be legally penalized. Thanks, Andrew. Coming up on Headline News after the break, the Youth Ministries Department of the Guyana Conference of Seventh-day Adventists had much to be proud of over the Easter weekend. And Winston Harding says sexual molestation allegations will not remove him from his new position on the City Council.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join SAFETV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on SAFETV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on SAFETV Channel 2.
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
A society of inclusiveness is being looked at as the Council for Technical Vocation Education Training, TVET, is looking to accommodate more women in its programs. Rihanna Ahmad has that story.
Women make up for approximately 50% of Ghana's population, and even though many of them have been making real professional progress by becoming CEOs of companies and members of parliament, there are still large numbers who are being marginalized, especially when it comes to accessing most of the programs offered by the Council for Technical Vocational Education Training, TVET. This has been a worldwide struggle. But in addition to catering for differently abled, the Ministry of Education of Ghana, in partnership with TVET, is also looking to do all it can to get more women enrolled in the available programs.
The National Strategic Plan for TVET, and it instructs that we should develop policies regarding the enrollment of female and disadvantaged groups in TVET programs.
That was Director of the Council for TVET, Sydney Walters. It was indicated that many women are capable of handling themselves in fields that are known to be male-dominated. Women with the passion make just as good mechanics and engineers as men. A clear indication of this is the fact that when the inaugural batch of students graduated from the Lenore Training School a few years ago, Sheena Goodrich was the best graduating student. She excelled in both the theory and practical for her metal work engineering course.
No stone would be left unturned as we move towards ensuring that integrated training is properly delivered.
It was Margaret Thatcher who said, if you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. And Ghana's female parliamentarians have been able to make significant strides when they step out of the chambers and convene their sectoral meetings. It was on this note, Basil, that we've heard Prime Minister Moses Nagamootoo say that his government is working to make the gender ratio 50-50 in the National Assembly.
Well, at least the first step to this end is to aspire. Thanks, Rihanna. The Youth Ministry's Department of the Ghana Conference of Seventh-day Adventists was on fire over the Easter holiday as over 2,000 pathfinders and master guides attended the annual National Campori at Lou Creek on the Linden Highway. Andrew Weeks reports that Police Commissioner Silal Prasad was there, and during the camp, over 113 young people gave their lives to Jesus in baptism.
Pathfinders and Master Guides came from regions 1 to 10 to Camporee 2016, which was based on the theme Climb. The activities were full of hype for 4 days, and during the opening ceremony, the police commissioner acting took the salute at the march past and declared the camp open.
Social institutions of education, religion, and community need to be active in providing education, exposure, and life skills. Exactly what this camp is doing here.
The police commissioner declared the camp open after that, and the Pathfinders and Master Guide took part in many activities like Bible doctrine, church heritage, camp cookery and camp craft, drilling and marching, obstacle challenge, and much more. Those competitions would see clubs acquiring gold, silver, or bronze as prizes. Ghana's Daughter of the Soil, based in Trinidad and Tobago, Pastor Nicola English Newsom, was the chief devotional leader and appealed to the youths to follow Jesus no matter the cost.
He had this javelin in his hand and he was going because Phineas understood that there are some things that are not for prayer and fast only. There are some things we have to get up and act upon.
During the camp as well, it was a historic investiture as 202 Pathfinders and Master Guides invested in their various classes, including former Ghana Defense Force Staff Sergeant Elder Hines. Youth Director Pastor Marvin Smith said, Connect, Live, Ignite, Model and Become, which was the acronym for CLIMB, can only be achieved when the young people are on the right track.
We connect, we live, we ignite, we model and we become. Because we believe that the power of one individual, one person's influence, can do so much. And seated amidst us are the future leaders of the day.
Basil, the Pathfinders and Master Guides left Camporee 2016 with motivation and power from the Most High to connect, live, ignite, model, and become, to go back into their communities and encourage other young people to say no to drugs, no to suicide, no to crime, no to violence, and yes to Jesus. Back to you, Basil.
Sounds good for our young people. Thanks, Andrew. Winston Harding, who won his constituency of East and West Rhineveld by a landslide, has reiterated that he shall not be moved, hinting at calls for him to step down from his position of councillor in the city following sexual molestation allegations against him. Mr. Harding was sworn in today and still enjoys massive support from many fans, some of whom shouted to him today to stay right where he is, for he has got their support. The governing coalition had withdrawn its support from him following the allegations, but it didn't mean that he had to step aside from sitting as a councillor. That's because the law of Guyana ensures that a councillor can only be removed by death or his or her personal resignation, and that Mr. Harding is certainly not going to entertain. As a matter of fact, Mr. Harding said he has never been asked by the coalition to resign, and so his primary focus is to represent the citizens of his community and the city and not be distracted. Still ahead, 2016 has been declared Road Safety Year in St. Lucia, and La Portia Renee is ready to slay in the grand finale of the American Idol next week.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join SAFETV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on SAFETV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on SAFETV Channel 2.
John Lewis Styles, simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
In news from the region now, in St. Lucia, the National Association of Driving Schools has declared the 2016 Road Safety Year under the theme, Safety is Our Business. The association will launch the campaign to reduce road fatalities on Sunday, April 3. Sarah Peter has more.
There have been a total of 3 fatal accidents for 2016. In the most recent one, a paralyzed man died after being hit by a vehicle traveling in the opposite direction. This is in addition to the number of persons seriously injured as a result of road collisions on the island's roads. In an effort to reduce this scourge, the National Association of Driving Schools has taken up a road safety initiative. They are optimistic it will help in reducing the number of accidents.
The Driving Schools Association realized that it is not only, safety is not on our roads, it's not only the ministry's business, it's not the government's business alone, it's everyone's business. Everybody has to be involved in road safety. Everybody has to play their part. You just, for example, the accident on the Millennium Highway with the guy in a wheelchair, everybody wants to blame somebody else, but really the family has to take responsibility. The person himself, he has to take responsibility. Drivers have to take responsibility. The ministry has to take responsibility. The government has to take. It's a whole encompassing of everybody involved.
Joe highlighted a number of activities making up the association's Road Safety Year campaign.
We're going to be having continuous programs where we'll be going to schools to inculcate into the children from an early age road safety, because once you have a bad habit, it sticks with you and it's hard to drop. But if you inculcate the proper use of our roads from young, then make it way easier to grow up with those good habits. So we intend to go to all the secondary schools, all the primary schools throughout the year, preaching road safety to the students and to the public in general as well. We intend to have town hall meetings and things of that sort. We also intend to continuously engage the ministry into putting safety measures for our road users. For example, right now we have lorry drivers who probably just get a license to drive a lorry. You just pay $50, you have it. You have probably never sat in a lorry before. And we don't think this is correct.
Speed has been cited as one of the main factors contributing to accidents on the island's roads. For the GBS News World, I am Sarah Peter.
And internationally, American Idol's La Portia Renee delivers heartfelt performance of Glory, and the 22-year-old singer told ET she's ready to slay at next week's American Idol finale. More in this report.
I'm ready to slay.
Oh, I love it. Ready to slay. Yes. And that's exactly what La Portia Renee did on Thursday's American Idol, singing John Legend and Common's Oscar-winning ballad Glory as a tribute to her Southern roots. Also heading into the finals, Mississippi native Trent Harmon, who honored his home state too, singing country hits that earned him tons of praise.
There's just this waiting game, I don't know how to play. It's enough of a fight to stay alive anyway.
Rounding out the top three is Dalton Rapatoni, who gushed over the major moment to E.T.
Just the fact that I'm going to be on the finale of American Idol is like absolutely ridiculous.
Which Idol hopeful has what it takes to win? Tweet us your pick over at ET Now.
And that's SAFETV2 headline news for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find SAFETV2 headline news on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in on Sunday evening at 6:30 for our rebroadcast and on Monday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm Basil Bradshaw, signing out from your newscast.